Have you ever heard of capoeira?
I have not, no.
No.
I do not.
I have not.
What is it?
Capoeira. Is it like a capybara? No. No.
I've not heard of that.
Do you have any idea of what it could be?
Not a clue.
It sounds familiar. I don't know. I swear I've heard it somewhere, but I have no clue what it means.
Yes. Isn't like a dancey almost like they like not like dance, but they kind of like flow differently than like your typical martial arts. That's like all I know.
Yes, the Brazilian dance.
Okay, now I remember. Isn't it like a type of dance that was associated with martial arts, but it came from like South, I want to say some South America.
It's like slow motion breakdancing. Love it a lot.
Do you know anything about like Brazilian martial arts or dance?
No, not at all. I do not.
No.
Not really.
All I know, it's like half between a martial art and a dance.
This one guy I watched in the UFC, I think Thiago Santos, he used capoeira.
What do you know about Brazil in general?
It's a country in South America.
I know they're pretty good at soccer. Their food's pretty good. I have a friend who's from it.
I know it's the biggest country in South America.
I know it's in South America. The Amazon jungle, stuff like that. That's about it.
They speak Portuguese.
There's many parts of Brazil. They've got a rich culture. I'm a huge fan of like samba music, which got Americanized into bossa nova, which is a really cool genre of music.
They have the cool Jesus statue in Rio. Cool stuff outside, nature.
I'm ecology major, Portuguese minor. The goal is to go over to Brazil, look at some trees in the forest, do that cool stuff. It's pretty, it's full of ecological diversity.
What do you know about the Vols Brazil connection?
The Vols, I do not know much at all about that.
Have you ever heard of any of that?
I have not, no.
Nothing, honestly. I'm sure we have lots of Brazilian students, but I don't know the UT Brazil connection personally.
I don't know much, honestly. I know that they have some pretty good connections with other countries around the world, but I haven't really heard about the Brazil one.
So the UTK Brazil connection, from what I know of, is this program that we have. It's really cool. Basically, you video chat with some other students. It's like a sister school in Brazil, which is strange that we have it, but it's really cool. I didn't personally partake in it. I really regret not, because it's a very good program.
Welcome back to Vol Talk. Here I am, as promised, with my co-host Justin, and we have a few special guests today. We have Mrs. Vanessa, Molly, and Caleb, and today we're talking about next week's Maculele event. But first, I'd like to ask Ms. Vanessa here, tell me a little bit about the language department here and your involvement in the Portuguese program.
Yes, well, I am in the Department of Modern Foreign Languages and Literatures, and we are under the College of Arts and Sciences, and we offer 10 beautiful languages, and Portuguese is one of them, which I'm very passionate about. I have been at UT for almost 13 years now, but I have been teaching English and Portuguese as foreign languages for 42 years now. And I am from Brazil, and so I teach Brazilian Portuguese mostly.
Very exciting. So then tell me a little bit more about the Maculele event.
Well, Maculele is a dance and a fight, and it's usually played and performed along with capoeira. So these are Brazil, I don't know if you know about this, but Brazil is we have the largest population of Afro-descendants. And our culture draws heavily from African traditions. So capoeira and maculele, they were types of fights, but these slaves pretended that they were dancing, but they were actually learning how to fight. And maculele is, the story goes that there was this young warrior, this younger warrior, and the older warriors went out to fight other tribes, and when he was alone with the ladies and the children, the tribe was attacked. So he picked up 2 sticks and he fought the enemy with those sticks. And so makulele became a dance to honor the bravery of this young man. And so it is the name of the warrior, so the story goes, and it is also the dance. And it's played usually in a circle, and it's danced to the beat of the drum that's called the tabaki. And we have the sticks, and we dance hitting, brandish when we brandish the sticks. So it is a lot of fun, and it involves a lot of movement and dancing and singing. So the person who's leading it, it's the maestri, it's the kind of master, and they sing, and then the people participating, they sing the chant back. So this is how it goes.
Oh, okay. So when does this dance date back to? When was this all started?
It's slavery. Yes,
Wow.
yes. In the beginning, when Brazil was discovered in the 1500s, and that is when most of the African slaves were brought to Brazil.
And then what is the goal of bringing this dance, this traditional dance, back to UT?
Well, makulele, capoeira and makulele has been added to the list of UNESCO's heritage, intangible cultural heritage. So it is recognized by UNESCO as a cultural heritage because it is recognized as something that brings people together, and through the ethics of respect and inclusion, so everybody can participate.
Yes.
And it's very lively. You're going to love it. You should go.
And this is happening next Saturday, correct?
It's happening on October 1st.
October 1st.
And it will be from 10:30 to 12:30. And we ask all of you to join us wearing something that is, like loose pants and a t-shirt, so that your body is free to move.
Yeah.
Because it is, you can feel the energy of the dance and of the drum and the hitting of the sticks. So it is very contagious.
And she said loose pants, not no pants. So be sure you show up very comfortably. But what does this mean for people who are going to be attending? Do you feel like that's something you've been wanting people to experience, especially on campus? And then the two of you think about your involvement now with what you guys are about to produce for people. What do you really want them to experience?
I want, you see, our department is intrinsically very diverse. So we teach not only language, but culture. And with the cultures, and I always tell my students, and whenever I participate in events and recruiting events, and I say, what language, what culture speaks to you? So I think that Brazilian culture, and because we draw so much from African traditions, it's very lively.
Mm-hmm.
So we want our students to experience this liveliness.
Liveliness.
There we go.
Liveliness,
Yes.
thank you. Liveliness, because many students don't have the chance to travel to other countries. So we are lucky to have a university that really thinks about this, bringing a little bit of different cultures to UT. And especially this event was possible because we applied for a grant with the Center for Global Engagement. And this grant is called Global Catalyst Programming Grant. And the idea is to foster these international events at UT. So it may be that a student might not be able to go to Brazil now, but we are bringing a piece, a very, very important part of our culture here to UT. And they get, here at UT, our students are exposed to the best language teaching anywhere in the US and in the world, really.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if they realize how lucky they are.
Yeah, this sounds like an amazing opportunity. I guess that's
Uh-huh.
a great segue to ask Molly and Caleb here. What is your experience in the Portuguese program, and how has it been for you?
I joined mainly because I am Portuguese, so I wanted to learn, so that I could talk to my grandma and understand it,
Right.
and understand But like being a part of the actual program, I've learned so much about Brazil and like just that like environment, and like you can really see like the Brazilian spirit when like Vanessa's teaching us too. Like she's just so excited about it, and like she really immersifies you in it. I really love it.
Glad. And Caleb?
Well, I'm not Portuguese or Brazilian, but I'm a senior here at UT. When I came here, I had no intention to study Portuguese at all. In fact, I was going to continue learning Spanish from high school. But the first semester I was here, we had a Brazilian barandal ensemble. It's this long instrument, hollowed out board and a string that you play with the stick, basically. They came, they gave a wonderful performance. They came to our world music ensemble and gave like a clinic masterclass about capoeira, and I just instantly fell in love with it. And I've taken, I'm a Portuguese minor, and I've taken all the basic and the intermediate courses, and it's taught me so much, like so much more than I would have ever thought about myself. And I really appreciate that we have such a lively Portuguese department here, because frankly, if it wasn't here, I certainly wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
We're very, very thankful to have these resources here.
Yeah, that's so amazing. So do you guys have plans to travel to Brazil possibly, or is that a goal on your list? Any goals?
I want to go to Brazil through the study abroad program,
Yeah.
and then I would also like to go to Portugal eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go. My professor's been really pushing for me to go on this Fulbright scholarship, and I don't know when, but I really hope soon.
Yes, and that is a great thing about the Portuguese program as well, because Portuguese is considered by the U.S. Department of State as a critical language. So this scholarship that he mentioned, the Fulbright and the critical language scholarship, they're both fully funded. So the student can go for the critical language. They stay for 2 months in Brazil, in intensive Portuguese classes, and for the Fulbright, it's for 1 whole year. So these opportunities are just wonderful. And UT, we have a great number of students. We have a fantastic office of national scholarships and fellowships. And so they apply, and I help them with their application with the letters of recommendation. And the office, they help them write their and perfect their letter of intent.
And then once they get in, you get to go with them. You see what I did there?
No, unfortunately not. But we have a recipient of a Fulbright. I had 2 students, and one of them is in Brazil now, and she said that she might not come back. She loves it. So it is, and I think what they mentioned, they come into the program without knowing what to expect. So the foreign language they learn, they get so immersed in the language and the culture, and it's just amazing for me. It's very rewarding to see them become fluent and become passionate about not only the language but the culture as well. And we have been practicing the chant. So, every day I go into class and, I sing with them and they sing back, and, the spirit of Makulele, you have to personify that spirit and be excited about it. So it's just incredible.
That energy. I
Yes.
can't imagine. I'm so excited. I think I need to make an appearance here.
You need to know, the energy, the Makulele energy.
Yeah. And I also think I need to see Caleb performing on these drums. Could you tell me a little bit about your experience with the drums?
Yeah, so my only real experience is through our UT World Percussion Ensemble, which the type of music we play in that is a little bit different from capoeira, ukulele. We do samba batucada, which is more like those big samba schools in Rio for Carnival and stuff. But the drum I have for today is called a tam-tam. It's a it's about this tall, it's pretty big with a plastic head, and it's kind of like the bass voice is the main drum that's used. It's similar to the main drum that's in ukulele.
Yeah, that is so cool. So now I guess we're going to introduce Caleb performing on the tom-tom drums. that performance. That was
Thank you.
wonderful. And you can see more of that next Saturday at the Mekulele event from 10:30 to 12 in the Student Union Plaza. I'm your host, Drew Hamlet, and thank you for tuning in to Vol Talk.